Today, I would like to share the words of God with a sermon titled, About Man-Made Rituals and Worship to God. The Bible warns us that there are many gods and lords in this world. Among these various gods and lords, we must find the true God. If we follow other gods instead of following true God, we will be led astray so that we will not be able to enter the kingdom of heaven. In order for us not to fall into this trap, the Bible clearly teaches us the actual meaning behind ritual sacrifices. Let us find out through the Bible. Let's go to 1 Corinthians chapter 8, verse 1. Now about food sacrificed to idols. We know that we all possess knowledge. Knowledge puffs up, but love builds up. The man who thinks he knows something does not yet know as he ought to know. But the man who loves God is known by God. So then, about eating food sacrificed to idols, we know that an idol is nothing at all in the world, and that there is no God but one. For even if there are so-called, what do they call themselves? Gods, whether in heaven or on earth, as indeed there are many gods and many lords. In this world and in heaven, there are many so-called gods and lords. Verse 6, Yet for us there is but one God, the Father, from whom all things came and for whom we live. And there is but one Lord, Jesus Christ, through whom all things came and through whom we live. But not everyone knows this. Some people are still so accustomed to idols that when they eat such food, they think of it as having been sacrificed to an idol. And since their conscience is weak, it is defiled. Even if this food is sacrificed to idols, it's still just food. What could happen if I just tried a little? Thinking like this, you are opening the door to accept other gods. In other words, you are opening the way to other gods, saying to them, please come in. Here you can see there are so-called gods, whether in heaven or on earth, as indeed there are many gods and many lords. We must be the ones to worship true God. We should never be the ones who come to worship other gods that are roaming around this world. God gave us a very clear command about this matter. Offering sacrifices is an act of worship. In actuality, there are two kinds of worship, one offered to God and the other offered to Satan. Let us closely examine this matter through the Bible. Let's go to 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 19. Do I mean then that a sacrifice offered to an idol is anything, or that an idol is anything? No, but the sacrifices of pagans are offered to who? Offered to demons, not to God. And I do not want you to be participants with demons. Let's continue on verse 21. You cannot drink the cup of the Lord and the cup of demons too. You cannot have a part in both the Lord's table and the table of demons. Are we trying to arouse the Lord's jealousy? Are we stronger than He? Everything is permissible, but not everything is beneficial. Everything is permissible, but not everything is constructive. Whether you worship an idol or you don't is ultimately up to you. However, you should clearly understand the severe consequences your actions will bring upon you. Everyone, you and I are the ones who fear and worship true God. This is why the Bible said that our body does not belong to us, but belongs to whom? Belongs to God. What are we in the eyes of God? We are the temple of God. We must never allow Satan to enter the temple of God. We should never even consider to open the door to him. Let us all become the heavenly family members in Zion who know how to please God by offering gracious sacrifices and worship to Him. In doing so, we can demonstrate to God that we fear and revere Him. Let me conclude today's sermon. Thank you very much.